Hey everybody, Joe Price here. So I'll be showcasing an epic battle in today's video. And it's something that has never been done before. It's a fight against every boss in the game in expert mode simultaneously and away from keyboard with an automatic collection of all the boss treasure bags after they have been defeated. Now this is a pretty significant challenge, mainly because the Moonlord does damage that ignores any regular invincibility frames. So the only ways to deal with a Moonlord are either to evade the damage, which is really tough to do with other bosses around, or to basically out-heal the damage. So I'll be taking the latter route. I'll be using my immortality machine that I featured in some videos a while ago, and you'll have a chance to see it in action in today's video. So before we actually show this epic battle, first we need to do a very quick run through of events, how exactly we're going to set everything up, because otherwise it can be a little bit confusing. Alright, so let's go check out the arena and then talk about the sequence of events. Alright, so here we are. Now we are in the underworld. We have to be able to summon the Wall of Flesh, and we are close to the edge of the world to be able to summon Fishron. Now, there are 15 bosses in Terraria, but 2 of them are mutually exclusive. We cannot fight the Moonlord and the Lunatic Cultist at the same time, because when the Moonlord is summoned, it causes the Cultist to disappear. Therefore, this epic battle will feature 14 of the Terraria bosses, and it'll be the Moonlord that'll be one of the 14 that we'll fight. So the first thing we're going to do is summon the Moonlord using the Celestial Sigil. And we have to do this first because the Moonlord can only be summoned so long as there are no other bosses in the world. Okay, so we'll start with that. Then we'll teleport to the center of the world, drop the guide voodoo doll down this little chute, and summon the Wall of Flesh. Now the Wall of Flesh will take its time to reach the player arena. If we pull up the map here, okay, it'll travel down the length of this entire corridor, and it takes about 3 minutes to make that entire trip. And in that time, I'll be summoning the other bosses and killing them off. Okay, so after the Wall of Flesh is summoned, I'll teleport back here, and then I'll wait a little bit, drink some potions, activate this Summoner's Altar, and I'll wait until about 15 seconds before the Moonlord spawns in. And then I'll cast a truffle worm line into this lava. It is possible to summon Duke Fishron from lava. So once Fishron is pulled out of the lava here, I'll rush towards this teleporter. This pressure plate will activate this teleporter, and it'll send me into this immortality machine. Now, before I actually enter the immortality machine, just 2 quick notes. Number 1, I'll be activating this lizard altar to summon the golem. Once the golem spawns in, it'll activate a pressure plate here that's in the lava. It'll deactuate some hoik teeth, and it'll hoik the golem upwards. I'll just go into free cam mode here and we can take a look. Yeah, so hoik the golem upwards here and to the left. And we need the golem in this position so that we'll be able to actually kill it off with our Stardust Dragon. And the second thing is, when we step into the teleporter, this pressure plate will deactuate, or rather actuate and deactuate these jungle grass blocks, and it'll break the Plantera bulb, summoning Plantera. It'll also teleport this clothier to a kill chamber that's high above here. This kill chamber consists of a bit of lava and a chest statue that'll summon a mimic, and the mimic will make short work of the clothier. We need to do this to be able to summon Skeletron, and Skeletron will be summoned so long as it's nighttime and so long as we have a clothier voodoo doll equipped. Alright, so once we teleport into this immortality machine, we'll then summon the rest of these bosses, the pre-hard mode and hard mode bosses. Once we summon everything, once 14 bosses are in the world, we will then summon a Stardust Dragon, and once the dragon is summoned, we'll be completely away from keyboard at that point, and we'll start killing off the bosses. Now, the Immortality Machine, just a few quick notes about that. Again, I'll go into free cam mode here. The Immortality Machine consists of a bunch of Hoik tracks that have heart statues along the way, and we'll be collecting heart statues, we'll be collecting hearts from the heart statues at a rate that will basically outpace the damage from all of the bosses, hence keeping the player immortal throughout. And to help us with that, we'll be equipping a cross necklace to reduce the frequency with which we sustain damage from the bosses. Now, as we're going to be hoiking back and forth here, the dragon, which can pass through walls, will be doing all the damage to the bosses. And over on the left here, we'll have the activated dart trap batteries firing off dart traps here that will hit the wall of flesh eyes. The corridor that the wall of flesh will travel down, it's exactly 21 tiles high, which will compress the 3 eyes of the wall of flesh within this region, making them targets for the darts. Yeah, so that's basically how it's all going to go down. Now, I'm going to be using this free cam mode so that you can see all the action. So that way it's not so dizzying when I'm hoiking back and forth. This free cam mode has absolutely no impact on gameplay. This is just for viewer benefit. If you're interested in this free cam mode, you can download it from the T-MEC community site, and it's the T-MEC Community Mod. I'll provide a link to the guide, or the link to the mod in the description box of this video. Now, in order to be able to tell whether or not all 14 bosses have been summoned, just look in the bottom left corner throughout, and it'll give you alerts the moment that each boss is summoned, and also give you alerts the moment that each boss is killed off. And at the very end of the video, I'll show all 14 treasure bags dropped by the bosses as final proof that all 14 bosses were in fact defeated. Alright guys, so that's it for the walkthrough. Up next is the epic battle. Alright, enjoy.